welcome back. If you're new here, my name is Luann and I am so happy that you're here today. Today's video is going to be the first in my fall decorating series, and we're going to be starting out here in my living room. Now, as far as my living room goes, there have been a lot of changes in this room since I've posted in here. And as a matter of fact, my last video titled A Fresh Start shares those changes with you. What we did was replace our large sectional that we've had for years with a standard size couch. And not only do I share the cleanup, but the main focus in that video was figuring out how to fill in those new empty spaces and make the room feel a little bit more cozy. If any of that sounds at all interesting to you, I'll be sure to link it above and at the end of this video so that you can go check it out next. Well, back to this video. Now that we have everything a little bit more cozy in here and it's nice and sparkly clean, I am so excited to get started on my fall decorating. So I'm going to jump off of here, I'm going to go up in the attic, and I'm going to bring down all of my fall decor. And with my living room being so different now with different furniture in it, it's going to be a whole new experience this year. So go ahead and sit back, put your feet up, grab a cozy drink, and let the fall decorating begin. Okay, if you saw my last video, I told you that I had a bookshelf back in my office that I wanted to bring in here to fill this space. Well, this is it. Now that I have it in here, I'm just really not sure if I like it or not. Honestly, I feel like all the changes that I'm making in here is just cluttering the room, but I think it may just be because I'm not used to it. But anyway, this is it. I think I'm gonna leave it here for now. I can always move it if it doesn't work out, and besides, it gives me something else to decorate for fall. Now, let me show you this from a different angle. Okay, here is the room from my kitchen door. I feel by having that bookshelf there, it kind of balances things out. I really don't have anything else of that height that I could put down there. And if you'll look up, I do have vaulted ceilings, but it's not perfectly in the center of the room. So I feel that having that longer shelf on the left where the wall is a little wider and the skinny shelf over here on the right where it's a little more narrow helps to make everything feel a little more balanced. Another change that I made is that I went ahead and put my granddaughter's books on the bottom of the shelf. It may not be the most aesthetically pleasing thing, but neither is grandma's books that are piled under there. But I just want her to feel like she has her own special little place here in the living room so that she always feels at home. Now, I also mentioned in my last video that I usually have the blanket basket on my end of the couch, so being a creature of habit, I went ahead and put the blanket basket over here under the window instead. I still have the plant in this corner, and the book bin that I had my granddaughter's books in, I just slid it right here under this table, and I think I'm really gonna like it there. Okay, so I think that's all I'm gonna do as far as trying to fill in the new empty spaces and trying to make it feel a little more cozy. Tell me what you think. Am I just being paranoid that I'm making everything junky, or do you think this is gonna be okay? Please let me know down in the comments. But for now, let's go ahead and start decorating for fall. Okay, so here's a little peek of some of the things that I have to work with. Now, this is for the entire house, not just for my living room. I haven't really decided if I want to go with a different color theme. Last year, I kind of went with these muted greens and the darker tones like this pumpkin and the whites. You can see here in this pick that I got from Hobby Lobby. I don't know if I want to go that direction in the living room or if I want to do some more bold colors like, these leaves and this arrangement here. I have those pumpkins back there. Or I could do the traditional and add more of the oranges. I have a ton of these pumpkin picks because one year I actually did an autumn tree. I put up my Christmas tree early, I decorated it for fall, and then when it was time to swap it over, my tree and lights were good to go. But anyway, this is the majority of what I have for fall. I do have a box full of garlands, and I have some throw blankets. I have some pictures to hang on the wall. Just a few things that are not on the table. But I wanted to get it all out so that I could look at it and then try to make up my mind. I don't think I want to do it maximalist this year. I think I want to try to keep it simple. I'm just not sure yet which direction I'm going to go, but I'm going to hop off of here. I'm going to try out a few things, and then I will be right back to show you what I decided on for my living room this year. Okay, so the first place that I want to start decorating is the top of this bookcase. I don't like the look of that light switch peeking out of the top, so I think I've come up with a solution for that. So I've decided to go with these burgundy, green, and gold picks. They are the ones that I have that more closely match what I already have on the mantle. And instead of putting them all together, I'm going to go ahead and spread them out, and hopefully that'll give it a more natural look. First, I want to try these braided pumpkins. I love the natural material that these are made out of, and I also love the colors. But looking at it, I feel like they're getting lost in the wood. So let me try these more colorful pumpkins. I feel these are going to work much better. Okay, I worked on this a little more. I just can't get settled with the pumpkins, and I'm starting to think it's the white ones that are throwing it off. I like this better. It's more evenly spread out. There's no bright colors jumping out at you. They're all kind of muted, but still very fall colored and festive. Okay, now I want to do a little something with this rocking chair. This is really the only throw that I have that represents fall. On the couch, the only thing that I'm going to do differently is to add this pillow cover that I got from Hobby Lobby. Now just to figure out what arrangement looks best. Yeah, I really like how this is looking, but you all know if you saw my last video, I made a compromise with my husband that I would only put one small pillow on his end. So I'm gonna have to take one of those away. Okay, now we're going to come down to the ottoman. This is an arrangement that I bought at Ross this year, and as you can see, it needs a lot of work. But I felt for $19.99, I could buy a few picks from Hobby Lobby and really spruce it up. Right now I'm just going to go through and straighten out some of these stems that have gotten bent out of shape and try to even it up. Now these are the picks that I bought from Hobby Lobby. They're actually 2 different colors, but I think they're going to work perfectly in tying in the rest of the colors from around the room. I am definitely not a professional flower arranger, but a tip that I did pick up along the way is whatever you do on the front left, just do on the diagonal back right. And then your arrangement will end up even in the end. So that's all I'm doing here. I put one in the front right, so I'll put it in the back left, and the same for the other 2. Now I love the color that this is bringing, but the top is now flat, so I'm going to use these braided pumpkins to fill in the top and make it look a little more fall festive. Now these, I'm just trying to turn them in opposite directions and put a little bit of greenery in between each one so that they're not just piled up on top of each other. Okay, I really like how this is turning out. I'm going to do a little bit more shaping, and I think that's all I'm going to do to this. Here's another look at before and now after. I'm so glad that I found a use for these little pumpkins. Now for the mantel. I need to remove all these spring birds and the greenery and start from scratch. Before I do any new decorating, I need to get rid of some of the dust, because to be honest with you, when I put another garland up here, I will not be removing it weekly to clean underneath it. Okay, so this is the garland that I had for the mantel that I just mentioned earlier. I picked this up at Hobby Lobby at the end of season last year.
Wish that I could stay in this moment forever so I can hold you.
Okay, now that I have it even and in place, I'm going to take these pumpkin picks and work them throughout the garland.
As long as I'm able, scare the monsters under your bed. Deep and abiding, liking for you.
Even though they're very similar in color and the pumpkins kind of blend in with it instead of standing out, I like the natural look of this. Okay, these are 2 little scarecrows. I've had them for years, but I still like to add them. I think they're cute. And really, what is fall without a couple scarecrows? Now these pumpkins, I actually picked these up at Dollar General probably almost 10 years ago. And I'm still decorating with them. As you can see here, I'm having a little bit of trouble. I'm going to have to find some risers to put these up on because they're getting lost behind the lamps and the garland.
To catch you if you fall, and deep and abiding, liking for you is all.
Now looking at this, I feel like the lamps are really out of place. So I'm going to go ahead and tie some fall themed ribbon, and I think that'll really tie it in with the rest of the colors we have going here. Okay, here's a riser for one pumpkin, and the one on the other end, I'm not going to put it up as high because it is a taller pumpkin. Now after a while and looking at this, I do go back in and change this. You'll see that a little bit later. I put the pumpkins together at one end, and then I add in a little Home Sweet Home plaque on the other.
Until my heart gives in, I will do everything.
Now moving on to this basket of pine cones. This sits on my fireplace all year long, and I just change up the content. Now for the lantern, I am going to try to spruce up the bow a little bit. I'm going to use part of a pick and one of these clip-on pumpkins. For the inside, I'm just going to stick one of these leftover picks that I've been using around the room. And I feel it needs one more thing, and I have the perfect solution. Little Mr. Owl. This is actually part of a salt and pepper set. I love buying these for the seasons and decorating with them. They're so cute, and they're perfect for tiered trays and filling in small spaces. Okay, so this is what I've done so far. I've changed these pumpkins out again, and I added this cute little scarecrow. Here's the rocking chair. I took the pillow off of the couch and the throw that was on the ottoman and put those there. For the couch, the only thing that I did was add this pillow cover. And then here, I went ahead and just did the flowers. I want to keep it simple here because of the grandbabies, and my house is the gathering place. So I want something that's easy to pick up and move if we need to use the ottoman as seating. Now I ended up putting the orange plaid throw and one of these pillows here in the blanket basket. And I have a sweet little scarecrow here to keep things fun for the grandkids. Now for the fireplace, this year I think I'm going to stay with the traditional autumn harvest theme with the pumpkins and the fall colored leaves, the scarecrows, and just an old-fashioned traditional decor. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to stop the video right there because I did go back and change it. I thought that I could live with the more traditional orange colors, but when my mantel was one way, the bookshelf was one way, the couch and the ottoman were something totally different, I just couldn't live with that. And if you're anything like me, once I start decorating, it's like I never stop. I'll sit there and stare at it and see all the little tweaks and the little changes that I can do to make it a little bit better. And that's exactly what I did. So I wanted to add it to this video, but whenever I did, it just made it way too long. It was almost an hour long. So be sure to tune in to my next video. Let's see, this one goes out on Sunday, so on Wednesday, tune back in to see what all of those new updates and changes are. I think you're really gonna like it, and I hope that this video as well gave you a lot of inspiration for a more traditional harvest colored fall theme. I didn't change it so much that that isn't still my theme. I just tweaked it all a little bit. Also in the next video, I'm going to show you that we still have the corner shelf to decorate and my end tables. So be sure to tune in for that. I hope that you enjoyed today's video. If you did, please let me know by giving it a big thumbs up. And of course, if you haven't subscribed, I hope that you'll do so because I would love to get to know you in future comments. We have a great community of heart-filled friends here, and I'm so excited to continue on this homemaking journey with all of you. That's going to do it for today. Thank you so much for being here and have a blessed rest of your day. See you next time. Bye.